Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer. I feel out of practice.
I know. Why does it feel so long?
I don't know. I really don't know. I guess because we recorded. No, I don't know. Didn't we have another one in there? Did we record last Sunday?
Did we miss an entire week? And we've been like in a time warp.
Oh my gosh. It's been so busy that it could have happened.
It definitely could be a possibility.
It could be a possibility.
It could be
a possibility.
It could be a possibility. And all of a sudden, I'm Italian. Is that Italian?
Yeah, it feels Italian.
Okay.
And if you're Italian, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And if you're Italian, that was not Italian.
Yeah, right. They're like, oh, no.
No, not at all.
We do not claim that.
Oh, man. Yeah, busy, crazy busy.
Yeah.
On top of, the lawsuit that we have going.
Yes, the cease and desist.
Yes. For those of you who are not on our Facebook page, we got...
Why not? Why aren't you there?
Yeah, good point. Didn't even think about that, but get on there, please. No, we have a parody. We are so famous.
So famous
that a parody was made of us from a group of friends of mine from college called My Skeptical Brothers.
Mm-hmm. It's so official that I did get a little nervous while I was reading it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the wording is really well done.
And I don't know if you even paid attention to the fact that it came from the email, myskepticalbrother@gmail.com. So they registered for an email address and everything.
Oh, I don't put it past them.
Oh, my gosh.
I felt the need that we had to address it on here because some of our lovely fans were getting a little offended.
Oh no, I need to go back and read comments.
Yeah, it was kind of cute because it was like coming to our defense, which is so nice. But I was like, we need to talk about this so that we can clear the air. It's definitely a prank. It is by the My Skeptical Brothers, this group of boys, like I said, that are, or I guess they're men now, but back when I knew them, but they're just hilarious. And they created like a one episode. Hopefully there'll be more. They were quite funny. Maybe they need to switch their name, but
yeah, and like don't threaten us.
Right, don't threaten us. But they wrote a whole letter saying that we have copied them, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, when I read the letter at first, I was like, "What is this?"
Right.
But I knew it was Andy. He is good. He's sly, and they are like,
lick my neck, Andy.
Lick the neck, Andy. He is hilarious. But yeah, he's just a mess. So anyway, just to clear the air there, that is totally a prank. Yeah, so that's just how they are. So they love to prank and they go all out. So it does not surprise me that they got a fake email account. And
it does impress me.
It does impress me too, and I'm sure we're still going to hear back from this that it's not fake. None of this is fake. Like they're gonna claim that it's all real.
I got a text the other day that I have been sitting on to tell you because I love it so much.
Okay, you've been sitting on your text?
Yeah, I've been
That's
waiting
a long
to
time
tell
to sit on your phone.
No, shut up. You're hilarious. I've been waiting to tell you because it cracked me up. So our friend Debbie, and I asked, I was like, can I tell this story? And I won't use your name. And she's like, you can totally use my name. I do not care. So anyways.
I love Debbie.
Yes, Debbie. I work with her. She's one of my most favorite people in the whole world. So it's a bonus that she's in the building with me.
Oh yeah. She's hysterical.
She is like one of the most genuinely funny people I've ever met, and like so true to herself. I love that lady.
Yeah.
But anyways, she sent me a text. It was last Wednesday. And said, Erin, I think I might have your next story.
Ooh.
I said, what? And she said, I cannot solve this mystery. I have been out of Band-Aids at home. I've been out of Band-Aids in the classroom. In fact, somebody asked me yesterday for a Band-Aid, and I had to tell them I'm all out. I don't have any. But I just now looked down, and I have a Band-Aid on my finger. How did that happen? I paused for about, like, just dumbfounded for a minute, because I, too, had a Band-Aid on my finger because our health screening was that day at school, where they came to school and took our blood and did all that stuff for insurance. And I was like, well, Debbie, did you maybe have your health screener today? And she was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. She said, I really thought I was losing my mind. She's like, maybe I really am. How did I just completely forget that?
That's what I was going to say. Because also, yes, she has a Band-Aid on her finger, but did she not question, why did I have that Band-Aid? Like, why?
Right.
Even
I feel like if you take it off, I mean, it was just that little finger prick. She probably didn't even see anything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was rolling. I was like, I love that for a minute you thought a ghost snuck in and put a Band-Aid on your finger, or like maybe, I don't know, a slipped parallel
Yeah,
universe,
yeah,
and
some
one
sort
life
of-
she had Band-Aids and put one
Listen.
on for fashion. I don't know.
I no offense towards Debbie or anybody else, but this is why I'm skeptical. People are so gullible. They will believe anything, and they'll make up their own stories.
Oh man,
Oh, that's so funny. It's so cute. And so Debbie.
I know.
It's hilarious. She is so funny.
I know, she's so cute. She told me that right before our derby party, and then we had to hang out with her the whole time. I was like, man, I want to tell you that story.
Yeah, that'd be great. She is so fun. What a fun derby party that was.
I know, it was great.
Yeah, I had a good time.
I did too. It was a little bit more low key than normal, because normally we have just so Mod Podge of people stopping in and going, but we had like people who came and stayed.
Yeah, that was nice. It was fun.
I love that.
Yeah, I do too. And then we had some that left and then came back.
Yeah, our party's so good, they'll come back.
That's right. And then it was into the wee hours and I struggled. Let me tell you, I am not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah, I think I can tell I'm getting older, because at one point I just said, I'm going to go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I never am the one to say that.
Right. It was just all of a sudden, okay, it's time to be done.
Yeah, I was real tired all of a sudden. I came home, Kevin usually likes I'm a little tipsy. I came home, I was like, don't touch me. I'm going to bed. I'm so tired.
Not tonight, big guy.
Yep, you're on your own.
That's funny.
I did win the big lottery pot.
You won $100, girl.
I called it a lottery. I won the big
Yeah,
derby.
I was going to go right with it.
I
Lottery
know.
pot.
Oh, man. I won $100. It was very exciting with a long shot.
Yeah.
If I had been at the track and put that $5 in, holy moly.
Right. What a race. Okay. Full disclosure, I did not watch the actual derby race. I was out and about hosting, but nor did I bet on it. But that's typical. That's usually how I always am during derby parties. I'm having too much fun socializing to even realize there are horses happening at derby. But I went back and watched it. It was on there, and I saw from the aerial view.
Yeah.
That was a wild race. That horse came out from nowhere
It
in
was
the very
like
back.
80 to 1 odds.
It's insane. That is amazing.
I need to watch it, because I only saw at the very end. In fact, okay, so I don't know if this is interesting at all, but the way we do our lottery, or damn it, the way we do our betting on derby at the parties is we'll place a $2 bet and pick a horse, or we'll do a $1 draw.
Uh-huh.
And it's a random horse. So for the derby, we decided to up that to a $5 draw. And when I pulled it and got 21, I was like, okay, well, this is horrible odds.
Right.
I just wasted $5. I better pay another $5 and get another horse.
Oh, funny.
So I got another horse thinking there's no way 21 is going to do anything.
Wow.
And then 21
won the derby. That's wild.
I know. Our niece, she did the $2 bet and she got like $90 or something.
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah,
That
because
is so
nobody
fun.
else bet. That's one of the nice things about our pots, is that usually you can bet on the better odds because you just get the pot, but you have to split it more when the horse are good. So it still kind of works out. And she got the whole pot because nobody else was crazy enough to bet on that long shot.
And again, who knows if anybody cares about this, but he entered the race like 4 days before Derby.
Oh my gosh, that is insane.
Yeah, wild.
That's so cool.
Literally came out of nowhere. So
How cool is listening to people talk about the Derby that already happened?
Yes, the
riveted.
And many of you are, not even from Kentucky nor the United States.
I mean, we have people literally all over the world now, which is it just blows my mind. But they're like, "What? Why are they talking about
Derby?
this?"
What is the Derby? It's a horse race. It's great. It's 2 minutes of fun that lasts 2 weeks in partying in Louisville, Kentucky.
It's my favorite time of the whole year. So we had to live it up a little bit and talk about it on here.
That's right. Come and visit us during Derby. It's a great time. You come. I'll invite you to our party. We don't care.
Yeah, you can absolutely come to the
We're
party.
gonna have to wait till next year, but come on. It'll be great. Give you time to travel, plan that traveling.
Make your fascinators, make your little boutonnieres
for a whole year.
That's right. It'll be the best.
That's right.
And speaking of Derby, I know that you all might not think it's the most amazing thing in the world, but that's because you haven't done it yet.
And you'd be wrong.
You are definitely wrong. But our local listener, Cassie.
Oh my gosh, this was incredible.
She sent us in the mail. Cassie is an artist, and she's been a fan favorite in the past, who works at House of Blue. It might be her own studio.
I think it's her gallery. Yeah.
She's incredible. And the governor of Kentucky commissioned her to make the Derby painting this year.
Which that's like the highest honor.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
It's unreal. First of all, it's unreal that we've met someone who has been commissioned by the governor to do this famous painting. It's now famous.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
That's awesome in itself.
Right. And then I checked our P.O. box on Friday, the day before Derby, only to find that she had sent us 2 like 18 by 24
They're gorgeous.
beautiful prints of it.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
I
And
can't believe it.
I know, I can't either. I'm so excited to get them framed and get them hung up in our house. And we've been bragging about them to everybody because they're beautiful. I mean, it's just a beautiful painting, and it's now famous. And now we have a connection. And she even mentioned about how she listened to our podcast while painting.
I know. It's amazing.
Incredible.
And it's autographed.
Yes, I know. We know a celebrity.
100% we do.
It's amazing. So thank you, Cassie. That was so special, and we just can't thank you enough.
I know. I'm so glad it came right before Derby.
Yeah. Oh, so is Ellie.
Ellie's clapping.
We got some good stories.
We got a lot of good stories, and mine is so long.
Okay, I can't wait. That's always good.
Did not. Yes, it is. I did not read ahead.
Okay.
Per usual.
Okay.
So here we go. So
wait, neither did I, and you're calling dibs, so you can go first while we're not tipsy. I see how you are.
Oh, well, you said that yours might be a fan favorite. I thought it would just carry on nicely.
Oh, okay, fine.
See, I got away. Okay, so my subject says spooky story. Hey, Aaron, I saw your post about needing new stories, so I thought I'd share mine. My name is Heather, she, her, and I didn't used to believe in ghosts or paranormal stuff, but this started to change my mind. Sounds right up our alley.
Yes.
A couple of years ago, I decided to go to Iceland on vacation.
Well,
oh my gosh.
Living the life.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I had just turned 21.
Oh my gosh, we are so cool.
Heather, you are
Wait, how many years ago was this?
A couple.
Ha!
She's like 24, 25.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Gosh, just like I'm 21. Yes. Let's go to Iceland.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, I don't know where she's from. Maybe she lives right next to Iceland.
Yeah, that's true. So literally, it was a half an hour away.
Okay, just kidding. I had just turned 21 and was going by myself, but meeting up with a week-long tour group there and felt really safe.
This is the coolest person ever.
I know. The countryside itself had me on edge, though. There aren't really many trees there. Everything is just wide open, and there isn't much wildlife. Like there were some birds near the coast, but not even squirrels, rabbits, the normal animals that just seem to be everywhere. Oh, look, by the way, I'm from Minnesota.
Oh,
big trip.
Big trip. That is a big trip. Okay.
Okay. We have trees everywhere, so being in Iceland just felt off to begin with. Can you imagine? Okay, this is really going to make me sound really old, but I'm closer to my daughter being 21
that's wild.
than me being 21. And now I'm picturing if little Sophie, in what, 8 years?
Yeah.
Came up to me and said,
I'm going to Iceland.
I'm going to go to Iceland by myself, but don't worry, I'm going to meet a group there.
Yeah.
What can you do? She's an adult.
Yep. You got to say good luck, and I hope I taught you well.
Oh, I'm having like heart palpitations thinking about it. Our tour group was super nice and knew a lot about the history of the island. Unfortunately, my takeaway from it was basically that the entire island is built on lava and the remains of old villages and their ancestors who were killed and buried by the lava.
Wow.
Layer upon layer of that. So now we've got a spooky landscape and the feeling that I'm constantly walking over people's remains.
Ooh, that is creepy.
Yeah. About halfway through our week, we stayed the night at a hotel that I immediately got bad vibes from. Remember, at this point, she's like pretty much a skeptic.
Yeah.
I'll attach some pictures and a quick video I took. Oh, I cannot wait. Everything in Iceland is pretty spread out and kind of remote. So I think this hotel was the only building in a good 20-mile radius. There was a thick fog when we got there anyways, so we couldn't see far. The outside vibes were very, the crows have eyes. Oh, what's that? Because now all I can think of is that Moira? Is that Moira Rose? I think that is what it is.
Is it? Because that's exactly what I thought of as soon as I heard it.
I think that is what it is. That's amazing. The inside vibes were hard to describe. Sorry, just keep picturing Moira.
And she's in that.
Turning into a crow.
Isn't she in like a big nest at some point?
Yes. And they're like, it was brilliant. I love it. Oh my gosh. I love that show so much.
Yeah. If you don't watch Schitt's Creek, you've got to watch. Oh my gosh. It's great.
I know. I just posted a TikTok of me wearing my Eat Glass shirt.
Nice.
Actually, it was something else, but Michaela was like, what's that shirt say? I recognize those eyebrows.
Nice.
Okay, let's refocus. The
Yeah.
outside is the crows have eyes. The inside vibes were very hard to describe, but the best I can do is depressing nursing home converted to hotel.
Oh, no.
And that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Also, for some reason, feels like something Iceland would do. Is that weird?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I won't put that in. just for our Patreon.
Okay.
We don't have any Icelandic
That
patrons.
we know of.
It's just that I watch all those Icelandic
like
crime shows.
Yeah, yeah.
And they seem like very serious people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's never a goofy character.
Yeah,
although it is a crime show.
I was gonna say, but you're only always watching the crime shows.
That's true. That's true. I've really formed some opinions. Sorry about that. If you're listening to the show and you're from Iceland, you must be goofy.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Since I was traveling alone, I had my room to myself. It was very clean and everything, but I didn't like being in there. And for the first and only time on this trip, I really regretted going alone.
Oh, no.
It got dark pretty quickly, but when I tried to turn the lights on, nothing happened.
Ooh,
no,
don't like
no.
that. Don't like that.
I tried the switch a couple more times, and suddenly there was a huge popping sound and sizzle, and the lights slowly turned on.
Ooh, that's weird.
That is weird.
But I feel like I've seen that like it's a generator or something. Like it's
Oh.
kind of like gear up.
Okay. But they were pretty dim. Anyways, fair to say that at this point I was on edge. Faulty wiring felt like a classic horror movie trope.
Mm.
Throughout the night, things kept happening that I couldn't explain. The walls were pretty thin, so I could easily hear when people passed in the hallway. A couple of times, the handle on my door rattled. Oh,
Ooh.
no! Like someone was trying to get in. At first, I thought, oh, someone got their room number wrong, but I didn't hear anyone out there. Didn't hear anyone walk away. I got pretty freaked out when it kept happening.
Ew.
After I went to bed and turned off all the lights, I heard the shower turn on.
Oh, in their room? Like in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I flipped the lights back on. Again, took a while because they sucked. By the time I had the lights on, the shower was off, but the floor was wet.
Whoa.
What? So I knew I wasn't imagining things. I checked it and made sure the knob was all the way off. I figured maybe the water pressure was faulty too. Look at her, debunking left and right.
Love it.
I turned the lights off and went back to bed. But a little while later, I heard the shower running again. This time, I grabbed my phone for a flashlight and went to look. Dang,
Oh,
brave.
okay.
Brave, brave.
Yeah, but I suddenly don't like. I know I'm dipping into the paranormal here, but this is like a haunted movie.
Yeah.
Now that we've got the phone out, I feel like something's going to happen. Like when you turn the light on, that's going to tell whatever that is in the shower to go away.
Yeah, but now you're sneaking up on it.
And now you're sneaking.
Oh, no.
What's happening in my brain is not good.
No.
I'm just going to tell you.
No, not at all. I heard the water turn off as I got out of bed. Oh, like it's paying attention to what she's doing.
Oh.
This happened a couple more times throughout the night. Looking back, I noticed that every time it got my attention, the water would stop.
No.
Oh my gosh. And there's no somebody getting into your bathroom at that point that can silently get out. Okay, all right.
Okay, go ahead.
At that point, I was scared and tired and just wanted to leave. I thought about sleeping on a couch in the lobby. Oh my gosh,
That's
poor
horrible.
thing. But since I was a girl by myself, that seemed like a bad idea.
Mm.
I eventually hid under the covers and, no shame, cried myself to sleep.
Oh man, this is awful.
I know. When I woke up the next morning, I was so overheated I felt sick. The thermostat had been turned to the very highest setting, so it was like 100 degrees Fahrenheit in there.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember changing the thermostat, and obviously the staff wouldn't set it that high. Ooh, that's so creepy.
Yeah. Oh.
When we got back on our tour bus, other people were talking about the hotel too. It was a small group, maybe 20 people at most. I think at least half of them were saying that they didn't like it there, and someone said it felt really wrong inside.
Ew.
Oh my gosh. At this point, I tried to explain away the whole experience for peace of mind, but some things just don't make any sense. Now I think there was definitely something there that was messing with me. Not saying it was malicious necessarily, maybe just bored and excited to have a bunch of people to interact with. Anyway, there's my spooky story. I'm excited to have a new podcast to check out. Thanks for reading, Heather. P.S. I tried to attach a short video of the hotel room, but the file was too big, so I took some blurry screenshots from it. wanted you guys to get the full ambiance. Haha.
Oh, Heather.
Okay, so here we go. Let's look at
Okay.
these pictures together.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Described
Very spooky.
perfectly.
Is that the outside of that looks so welcoming.
She's being very sarcastic. That is like
an institution.
Yeah, definitely of some kind. Oh, like an office.
Yeah, very
much
cold.
like an office. Yeah, very nothing. White walls, gray carpet.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's a shower.
There's the shower. Yeah, not pleasant.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
okay.
Cute floor.
Yeah. It got better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, wow. Wow, Heather. Okay.
I'm ready. I cannot wait for you to try.
Well, just like the basic, like just turning the lights on and it taking that long for the lights to come on instantly gave her like a spooky vibe.
Yeah.
But I do know that like electricity in different countries, it's just different.
Yeah.
You know, like when we went to Mexico, things happen differently with the electricity. You know, we sit there, all of a sudden electricity would go out or the electricity would come on or get brighter, you know, so things like that happen that, you know, there it's perfectly normal.
Yeah. But you don't know there wasn't a ghost doing that. No.
Yeah, you don't, except for that it did happen every time she turned the lights on.
Okay.
So to me, that seems like, okay, that's pretty standard.
Right. I don't think that part was paranormal.
No,
I don't think she thinks that either.
I know, but I'm setting the tone here because the lights set the tone for that place.
Right.
You know, once she got in there.
Although she already had freaky vibes.
Yes. Well, I mean, look at that building. Like,
yeah,
again, that building is not welcoming.
No.
Nothing about it says like, come stay here.
Yeah.
You know, where are the cocktails? Where's
it's like the darkest building
Cabana
I've
Boys?
Ever seen.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, I know they're not on a, you know, ocean or.
Yeah, unless this hotel wants to someday sponsor our tour to Iceland.
I don't know. I think I'm good. I think even if we sponsor them, we're just going to say, nope, hard pass. I think we're okay.
To go to Iceland, what if they pay for our whole trip?
Oh, no, if they pay for our whole trip, okay. I would.
Okay, and then you could like prove that it's unhaunted.
I could definitely do that for sure. So what I think is, I think my point is that this is a building that she's never been to before. Yeah. So when these things are happening, they're so far out of the norm for her that it feels extra paranormal or it feels extra spooky. The vibe is set, like even down to like the handle shaking. You know, who knows if that's like a typical normal thing because of the way that the building is built or like a foundational structural thing.
So you think if there wasn't anybody physically doing it, just the building settling is making the knob?
Not settling, but I mean, it could be anything. Like it could be somebody else down the hallway shutting a door and then that kind of rattles all the doors. It could be something along those lines. So it could be something structural that happens.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily abnormal. It's just something that she herself is not used to because she's, you know, I don't know. I guess I would kind of like to talk to a staff member there. Like, is that a normal thing? Do all of the rooms do that? Is there a reason why that happens? But because she doesn't know and she is by herself, you know, so that adds a layer of like vulnerability. Yeah. I don't even have anybody next to me to go help me figure this out.
Right.
You're living in your fear in that moment. And that fear is going to take you to all sorts of imaginary places.
Okay.
Of spooky. So the shower.
Yes. Good here.
The same thing, I think, with plumbing. Like, is that just something that might happen? Like if somebody above you is taking a shower or maybe if somebody flushes a toilet or somebody that it releases some sort of plumbing thing that's happening in another room and you know nothing about it. All you know is that in your home, if the shower turns on, somebody turned it on. But because you're in a foreign country and things run differently and things are built differently, it could just simply be something that's happening with the plumbing that is very normal. Now,
thermostat.
That's the one that has me a little shaky.
Yeah.
I can still get there. I can still explain it away. But it was that part that got me thinking, what if this was an entity? And, you know, again, like I'm watching a scary movie and it wants them to take the covers off. So it raises that thermostat to make it hot in there. It's like, no, I'm gonna sweat you out of there, out of those covers.
Oh no, that's terrifying.
I know, that is terrifying. So don't worry, that's not really what happened. I think what happened.
That's not all I can think of. Ooh.
I think that what happened is most likely she did not notice the thermostat when she walked in, and maybe she didn't set it at that. Maybe the staff would never do that, but a dickhead guest before maybe did.
Wouldn't it have been hot when she went in there? 100 degrees.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes. No, maybe. It would definitely. That's how thermostats work.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, once you go in and you start turning lights on, and is that when everything kicks on? And it's like, okay, this is how, now all of a sudden the thermostat's on and there it is. Yeah. I'm not sure. But my other one was maybe there was an actual person.
I don't think that's possible.
How? Why?
Because she went in immediately. The shower turned off. How would they possibly have time? She's got the lights on. Mm-hmm. She's looking around. Mm-hmm. I saw the picture of that bathroom. It didn't look like there was any place to hide. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure she would have looked.
Okay.
Have you ever heard something and thought, I know I heard something, and then just like casually glanced in? No, you like look.
Right. But have you also seen that horrible, creepy documentary called Voyeur?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it, but it freaks me out.
So
I
it's
haven't
horrible.
done it yet.
It's very entertaining, and it is very like sucks you in. It's like, oh my gosh, this is insane.
Right. But you'd have to be so fast. Okay. Explain what that is.
You could be, but you could also be on the other side of the wall doing things.
Oh, that's
because awesome. This person created an entire hotel. They like bought a motel, and then they went up to like, not the attic, but I guess it's kind of like an attic, like the rafters, and then like made peepholes up above and like changed the furniture around so that they could take looks and they could see everything that was happening. And nobody noticed it because it was so well done. It was basically, they reinvented this motel for themselves, for their pleasure.
Ugh, it's awful.
I know, it's horrible. It's disgusting, but it is something that happened.
Oh man.
So it could be that there is somebody messing with these things from the outside, has some way to control that.
Awful.
That's scarier than paranormal, but I will always say that real people are scarier than fake things.
Oh. Okay.
But I hope not. I mean, I really would rather it be an entity than somebody, a real person messing with her. But that's creepy, but people, they like weird and disgusting things.
Ugh.
And seeing somebody in fear, that could be it. No. Oh, it's horrible.
That is horrible.
Heather, please don't stop listening. I have a warped mind, and I am so sorry. It was just a ghost. There it is. It was just a ghost.
And also, next time you travel alone, really
bring us.
Don't travel alone. Travel with us.
You're going to love us so much. Just invite us along. We'll go to Iceland with you.
I would totally go to Iceland. I would totally stay in that creepy hotel, too.
Yeah.
For one night.
I mean, for Heather, I would, for sure.
Yeah, for Heather.
Mm-hmm, definitely. No, I've always wanted to go on a vacation by myself. I think that would be so cool. I think to get up in the morning and do whatever you want to do with no pressure of having to like, well, what do you want to do? No, there's no conversation. It's just get up and ask yourself, in this moment, what do I feel like doing?
Yeah.
Sounds incredible. It's on my bucket list. Someday I'm going to do it.
That does sound amazing. It feels super intimidating and scary to me. Mm-hmm. But I did discover, sadly, when I was 9 months pregnant with Sophie, that I love going to the movies by myself.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
And it's kind of for that same reason.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw a movie that was dumb. It was not entertaining. The whole thing was stupid. But that pressure of like, well, I picked this movie and now it's a bad movie was gone. Yeah. I was like, oh, who cares?
I can sit where I want to sit. I can sit as close as I want to. There's going to be no conversation. There doesn't have to be compromise. There doesn't have to be any consideration. You don't have to have consideration for anybody but yourself. How often do you get that?
I know. And at 9 months pregnant, I got a big blue slushie and a big thing of popcorn, and I shared with no one.
Living the life.
And then I had a baby 2 weeks later, and I've never gotten to do it again.
I know, right.
Actually, I did go one time. I took a sick day.
Yeah.
Like I had a doctor's appointment in the morning. So all my kids were at school, and I was like, I'm going to go see.
Nice. Oh, what a treat.
Yeah, it's just a couple years ago. So
that was
it's
smart.
Few and far between. But
yeah,
if that is something that scares you, because going on vacation seems big for me. I don't know if I could ever do it, but I'm tempted. The way you describe it does sound really nice.
Yeah.
But if that's something that you're like, it would be kind of fun to try, go to a movie. There's literally no pressure.
Yeah.
It's less pressure than going to a restaurant by yourself.
Oh, for sure. Because then you have to feel like there's still some weird thing where you still have people's judgment that you have to compromise to.
Right.
So you're still aware of it, unless you're just, a super confident person, which that's awesome. But, yeah, you're still kind of aware of other people. And then there's a thought of like, I wonder what they're thinking about me. And to eliminate all that, go to a dark movie. Yeah. I mean, they probably are still going, what's that perv doing by themselves? But I mean, maybe if you're in I don't know what kind of movie you go see by yourself, but
some movie all about cherry blossoms. That's another Schitt's Creek reference.
Oh, I was like, what?
He's like, what am I going to go look at a bunch of cherry blossoms by myself like some kind of pervert? One of my favorite parts in this. Okay, but sorry, that was purely Schitt's Creek reference. Yeah, I think that's a great little gateway.
There you go.
All right, I think I'm ready to hear your story.
Okay.
Time for you to spook me.
Okay, cold read here too. But I already skimmed through a couple little lines, thought this will be good.
Yeah.
So my story is from Sarah.
Okay.
Hey, Megan and Aaron, I love y'all's podcast.
Aww.
And I am finally sending in my story after much procrastination. I've worked in long-term care nursing homes for many years and have had several creepy stories.
Yeah, I bet.
But will admit I was not a believer in haunting beyond just joking around. I had never really encountered anything supernatural, and growing up on a farm, I don't really get startled too easily. I'm explaining this just so listeners understand I'm not dramatic or paranoid. LOL.
Wait a minute. What are you trying to say about me?
I thought it, but I wasn't going to point it out. So I was like, I hear you, Sarah. Oh, it's hilarious.
I thought I liked Sarah. Okay. I'm kidding.
The first nursing home I worked at was very old, and staff joked about it being built on a cemetery since so much ghostly activity happened all the time. Never mind, people died there on a regular basis. Insert eye roll.
Well, that's all you need. You don't need a cemetery underground if people are dying left and right.
That's true. I'm sorry, I got choked up on beer, but I'm laughing because you could take that eye roll in two ways. Like, God, these people keep dying everywhere. But I'm pretty sure the eye roll was that the people who are like, it's got to be haunted because people die here all the time.
Right.
But still.
Again, me. Again, that would be me.
That would be you. Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sarah.
I love it. I always get picked on. I'm glad somebody's picking on you now. I worked in the therapy department that was at the end of the hall, where nothing else was located except a building exit that was rarely used. To use that entrance, a person had to have the code. It made an obnoxious buzz upon entry/exit, and it led to a back staff parking lot that pretty much therapy only used. We would have weird little things happen in the gym that a lot of times we'd chalk up to wandering residents, like missing objects or things moved. One thing in particular we could not explain away was the faucets in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
This is a theme.
Okay. Neither of us read before because we're ill-prepared and we're ball moms now, but whatever. Okay.
Okay. Coincidence time. We kept the bathroom door to the gym locked because residents would try to use it by themselves, which was unsafe due to fall risks. But I love the idea of like a little old person like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to play that basketball, damn it.
I'm 87. I'll do what I want.
Leave me alone. Let me play my ball. If you're really old, please don't take offense.
I know. If you're 87, I would love you.
Welcome. They're my favorite listener.
Absolutely. Sorry. Only them for our fan favorite till they kick the bucket.
That's right. I love that 87-year-old listening. But at least once a day, sometimes multiple times a day, we would hear the faucet running in there.
That is so weird.
This is so weird. We'd unlock the door, and sure enough, there it was on full blast. It was a type of faucet that you pulled the handles forward when you turned them on. Right being cold, left being hot. Sometimes both levers would be completely turned inward. sometimes just one, but they would always be on full blast, which was too much water pressure for anyone washing their hands because you'd get wet from all the splatter. The handles were not loose. We never figured out that one.
Okay, how are they controlling that from behind the walls? That seems very
They're
tricky.
not a spooky hotel.
Oh, it's only hotel based? Okay.
I mean, until I get to my debunk. I'm not ready to get there yet. I need to let it marinate a little bit. My story, though, and the capitals, my story.
And you all can't see, but Megan is grasping at her chest like
my story.
She's now claiming it.
Well, there's an emphasis on this. No, this is Sarah's. No. Sarah's going, okay, that's, everybody talks about that.
Right.
But my story.
Okay, I'm here for it.
My story, though, was one late afternoon, which is pretty wild. I thought that's where the story was going to end with the faucets, but she's like, nope, we're just getting started.
I was in Iceland.
That would be hilarious. And so, yeah, I don't know how I would debunk that. Okay. My story, though, was one late afternoon. I was the last person in the gym. I had left the door open while I was finishing paperwork at my desk. The way my desk was situated, my back was to the door as I was busy writing away. My desk was about 15 feet from the door and off to the left, meaning you had to go out of your way to come to my desk. So kind of like almost in a corner.
Okay.
I was about halfway through my stack of files when I heard a resident wheeling into the gym in their wheelchair. It's a rhythmic sound that anyone that has worked in a nursing home would recognize. Usually, I would turn around and chat with whoever had come through the door, but I was already running behind and wanted to leave, so I kept writing. The sound was getting closer and closer, and at no point was I creeped out because the sound was so familiar. I was just a little frustrated that I was going to be delayed finishing my work. The wheeling stopped very close, and someone reached out and touched my shoulder.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Damn, we got some good stories tonight.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I turned around to say hi, and there was no one freaking there.
Oh my gosh.
Erin. I jumped up to look down the hall, even though there was no way anyone could have moved that fast.
Oh my gosh.
And it was empty. The touch was not a tap. It was someone/thing that felt like a whole hand gripping my shoulder, not in a threatening manner, just like if you put your hand on someone's shoulder to get their attention.
Oh my gosh. And, okay, no, I'll wait to debunk your debunk until you're ready, but okay.
I closed my file, grabbed my crap, locked up, and got the heck out of there.
Absolutely.
The years I continued to work at this facility, I had this repeatedly happen to me.
Oh my gosh.
To the point it stopped freaking me out. This was the only place I worked at where something like this has happened, where I actually felt physical contact, but definitely not the creepiest thing I encountered.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are we going to hear that?
Nope. We're going to tell you.
No.
Another story for another day, though.
Oh, please.
You guys are great, and I love the show. P.S. Megan, I was wide awake, and I don't have hallucinations, auditory or tactile, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't Bigfoot.
I love it.
Thanks, Sarah. Preferred pronouns, she, her.
Oh, that's such a good story.
Oh, man. That's a good one.
That is such a good one. I cannot wait.
Okay. So Sarah has worked in a nursing home for a long time. And you know how you talk about like residual ghosts?
Energy.
Okay. So what if Sarah has like residual memories of that sound happening?
Okay.
So it's not another entity. It's not anything outside of Sarah's mind. It's just that Sarah is so used to hearing that. She's doing a mundane thing like her paperwork. So it's almost like the way she describes it, it's like she's not even fully paying attention, but she's just listening. Is this what you thought my debunk was going to be?
No, I thought you were going to call it a UFO from the start, but okay.
No, I'm just I think it might just be like one of those things, you know, like working in a school. I'll hear kids constantly running up and down and whatnot, but I just hear it over and over and over again. So I can kind of tune them out, you know, that sound of kids laughing and running around.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing paperwork and I'm like really focused in on what I'm doing, that sound I can kind of make go away because it's just like, okay, I've got to get into this paperwork. So I wonder if there's a way you can reverse that almost where you're not paying attention. It's kind of like a residual memory, like you say, residual energy, residual.
Residual.
That's what you always say. Residual energy, but opposite. It's like a memory. So it's just because it's something I hear all the time in my day to day, especially like when people are around and maybe I am doing this paperwork and whatever's happening. And that sound starts happening.
Okay.
It's not really there. It's just like my mind kind of playing through the day, creating that sound in the background.
Okay, but then is that followed by a phantom touch on your shoulder?
Phantom, that's exactly the word.
No.
I couldn't think of, but yes. Like
no.
in your mind, you're imagining like it's kind of like this background thought that you have of like, oh, great. She even describes that as a background thought of like, I'm trying to get this done.
Right.
I just want to hurry up and get this done. She's so focused on it. So it's all background. This comes secondary. This thing that's happening behind me, this wheelchair wheeling up is secondary to what's going on in my focus.
Okay.
So I'm just imagining like what's going to come next. What's going to come next is someone's going to reach out and touch me. And then I have this phantom.
No.
Yes, I have this phantom memory, this phantom thing of thinking that this happens.
I do not accept that at all. I don't accept it.
You don't have to.
That's a bunk theory in my mind. I will take your terrifying explanation of Heather's story. I don't want to, but I could see some awful person, and thank goodness Heather is back, hopefully in Minnesota.
Minnesota?
She's from Minnesota? Hopefully.
Minneapolis.
She's back.
No, Minnesota.
That's both same place, right? That's a city in the state, isn't it?
Okay, but where did she say?
Oh, good Lord.
Mainland.
No, that's absolutely not what she said.
In the mainland. She's from the mainland of Iceland.
What?
Minneapolis.
Minnesota. It says Minnesota. Why do you doubt me?
No, we're just so in. Look, we're residually arguing.
Oh my, no,
we're arguing.
No, this is legit arguing.
I just mean we were like in that mode of arguing. That I was like, yeah, let's keep going. Minnesota, Minneapolis,
New Mexico.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Anyways, hopefully Heather, we know she made it back.
Yes, thank God.
But I could see in some warped world where your story could be true. However, I think it actually makes more sense that it was just an entity.
Let's hope.
I'll give it to you. Whatever.
Okay.
There is no way that I would take Sarah's story as anything but a ghost.
Really?
It wheeled in. She heard it. She was not at all in that mode. Like Heather, you're right, was in like, this is creepy and I've got the creeps. I'm scared.
See, that's what solidifies it more for me that it was just a memory, because there was no sort of like on edge, creepy vibe or anything. It's just like always happens. And here it goes again, because I'm always in this mode of trying to get my paperwork done. I'm always interrupted and da-da-da-da-da.
No. Maybe if the hand on the shoulder didn't happen.
Well, I just feel like sometimes I have to have like laser focus in order to get my paperwork done, because it's the last thing I can get to often. And I have to get it done. Like if I don't get it done, I don't get to go home. So I'm like, I've got to get to a place where I can just tune everything out. And that means things are still happening around me. So I feel like she was kind of in that mode. And it was almost like an anticipation of like, something's going to interrupt me.
Okay.
So it's like her brain kind of created that, like, and here we go.
Brain. I'm saying I can't stretch that to a physical touch on my shoulder.
I think it was like,
and
like
then it
anxiety
happened,
of like, oh, here we go. I'm going to have to.
And then it kept happening so much it no longer freaked her out.
Yeah, because I think that probably happens often with people who are constantly working in the medical field and nursing. It like that, you don't get time to sit down and do the work that you have to get done in order to do the other work, which is to work with patients or to work with clientele or to work with children. So then you have that anxiety that's building right there. And then that anxiety can manifest itself into real life experiences happening that aren't really happening.
All right. This is going to be one of those times where we absolutely do not agree.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There's just no convincing me otherwise.
Okay. Well, can you agree that these were great stories tonight?
100%.
These were great. And I'm so excited because I've saved this story.
Okay.
Because I want to introduce you to Sarah.
Okay.
She's my fan favorite.
She's my fan unfavorite because she was snarky. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, let me tell you, I know Sarah quite well, and I don't know that you know that I know Sarah quite well. Sarah and I were roommates at one point in my life.
What?
Yes, Sarah, get ready for this connection.
Okay.
Okay. Sarah is Greg's sister, Emily's husband, Greg.
Oh, and you all were roommates?
Sarah and I were roommates right out of the dorms. We moved in together, and so we've known each other for a long time.
Oh man,
I probably haven't seen Sarah in about 20 years, but she and I are Facebook friends, of course. You know, we've kind of kept in touch. I'll always ask Emily, how's Sarah doing? You know, it's kind of that kind of friendship. I hope she asks how I'm doing to Emily. Emily, I'm sorry, Erin knows this. Emily's my best friend from childhood. Like, we've known each other our whole lives. And so Emily married Sarah's brother.
Okay, cool.
So I had no idea Sarah was listening to the podcast until she joined the Facebook group. And she started kind of like, but even then I was like, maybe I just added her. I don't know if she's really listening or not.
Yeah, we have like almost 900 people in there, and we do not get that many listens each episode.
So if you know one of those people, tell them to start listening.
Right?
Or just play it in the background. They don't have to really listen to it. Just give us a play. No, but I'm kidding. We want those authentic listens. But anyway, I thought that was really sweet when she reached out. She's like, no, totally listen to your podcast.
Aww.
And then she's been very vocal on Facebook here and there, and then sent us in a story.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
story.
A great story. So I was like, yep, it's time. I try to space out the people that I know with the people that I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, nepotism in some weird way.
We don't want them to profit so much from knowing us.
Right. We want to spread the fame and fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I hope everybody knows that is with total sarcasm. Okay. So I was like, Sarah, and so many exclamation points, because that's who I am. Will you do me the honor of being my fan favorite? And by the way, still only my fan favorite now. This is my gig.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Thank you so much for being active on Facebook page and for being a supportive listener. Blah, 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 blah. I just do a whole bunch of stuff. What can I plug for you, my dear friend? Oh, thank you. That's really so sweet and awesome. She says, I really have to write you all in my stories from the nursing home. So,
we got one. We need that other one. That's the most terrifying one.
Yes, we want more for sure. Speaking of, next week is National Nursing Home Week.
Oh.
Which we're in it right now, May 8th through the 14th. So if you're listening to this kind of last week, but it doesn't matter. You can still do what she's saying to do, which is great advice.
Absolutely.
I understand you all may have a delay in the process. We just mentioned it. But even if people go by and just visit and say hi to the residents, if possible, or call the activities director and see if there's anything that they need at their local nursing home, it's appreciated more than anyone knows. The residents get bored and lonely. The staff have been phenomenal during the pandemic, and honestly, there's no words what some have been through. I've worked in long-term care for 17 years.
Wow.
But had the luxury, LOL, of working from home during the pandemic, and I've just recently returned to the buildings this year, and previous coworkers are just not the same.
Oh, how do you do that from home?
I believe she's a speech pathologist.
Oh, cool.
I believe. I feel like that's what she went to college for, so I may be way off. And she said therapy department.
Yeah. Okay.
So it might be something, and I'm so sorry, Sarah, if I got that wrong. But something
she's not
with
a nurse. She's working
right. So maybe Zoom calls or things like that
cool.
she can do. So a shout out to any healthcare workers that are still hanging in there, and a happy nursing home week to all residents and staff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I love that. And may I mention what a great break you and Erin's podcast is from my usual stressful week. Keep up the awesomeness.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know. Isn't that so sweet?
That is so sweet. And I feel like it's a good segue for our idea that we've brought up once, but we haven't gone further into it. I really think maybe someday this summer.
Oh, yeah. Going to a residential home.
Yeah. Let's contact someone from a nursing home and say, would any of your residents be interested in telling ghost stories?
Oh, that is so good.
Like, we go, we record it.
Yes.
We can retell their stories, so they don't have to write anything, but we can maybe play a clip of them telling it.
Oh, that would be
Wouldn't that be so much fun?
Yes. I mean, here's the thing about elderly people is that they've lived a lifetime.
They have great stories.
Great, amazing stories. Like, tap into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
And on a less serious note of that, do you remember when we met our great Aunt Pearl for the first time?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet little old lady. We were like, I don't know. I feel like I was probably 12, so you were about 16.
Yeah.
And she was talking, and we were punks. We were kids.
Oh, yeah.
So we tuned out at one point. When we were listening, she was talking about this vacation she had gone on.
Droning on.
She was like talking about the plane they took. And we're like, okay, this is great. And then we tuned back in when she was like, what's that word? What's that word? And we're like, oh no, what? We're like, palm tree, airport. Like, what are you trying to say? And she goes, no. Oh, artificial insemination. That's how my grandson was born. We're like, whoa, we tuned out for not that long, but we definitely tuned out. So don't tune out. That's your lesson.
Yeah. Listen.
Don't be punk kids. You listen to their stories. It's going to get somewhere interesting.
For sure. Definitely. I mean, maybe not for sure, but maybe not all stories are gems, but you'll
find them.
They're in there. Dig a little deeper. You're going to find them.
And I mean, how much fun would that be to go
that would
and
be
talk
great.
to? I mean,
I'd imagine fun for them too. Hopefully we wouldn't traumatize them.
No, I mean, we miss our grandma. You all know, because we talk about her almost every week. And I just don't have that connection with an older person anymore.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
So fun. Like, I would love to befriend a little old person.
Yeah, definitely. And James's grandmother, Nan, apparently has a story that he says she's told her whole life.
Yeah.
That has like scared him to death.
Ooh.
But I'm like, she's got to write it in. And he's like, nope, she's just going to tell you. So maybe we can get her to tell us.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a great way to spend some days in our summer. Let's work on that.
Yeah, let's make that our mission.
We will do that in honor of Sarah telling us to reach out.
Yeah, we definitely will. So, I mean, we've got the whole summer to go, but Sarah, hold us to the fire on this. If we get going and life gets busy and you don't hear us mention anything about midway summer, be like, hey, ladies, what about that nursing home visit?
That's right.
We could even take a fun trip to Elkton.
Oh,
to visit Emily.
Okay.
And you could visit Brooke.
Yes.
And then we could go to the nursing home where Sarah works.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Sarah, we can't set that up.
We can't promise it because we need childcare. Sarah, come to our house and watch our kids so we can go do that.
But you know what? Anybody. I'm opening it up to anybody who listens.
Good Lord, at this point, for real.
I'm not vetting anyone.
Standards
Please
are
take
low.
them.
Just
please.
come.
I'm so done.
Just give me a break.
I need space from my family.
Shit. I need space for myself at this point.
Oh my God.
I literally said the other day, I need a vacation from my life.
Oh my gosh.
I love my life most days.
Yeah.
Most.
I feel love is a really strong word.
Day. Now, the whole day. As soon as I said, I was like, I don't know about that. Whole day. That's a long time. From time to time, I love it. I need a vacation.
Yeah.
I need that vacation by myself so bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you want to help us get there.
Yeah. There's your segue. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You all can go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com, where you can submit your stories. You can find our P.O. box under contact. You can find out about any live shows. We got to see if we're going to do any of those soon. You can find our Patreon information, which this upcoming week, if you're listening on Monday, we're a few days away from our movie. We're going to pick it. We want a good one. We want a scary one. We want maybe a classic. We haven't picked yet, but we're going to.
For sure.
If you want to join that Patreon, it's $3 a month for any bonus content that we put out, and $5 a month if you want that little movie night that we do once a month, which has just become so much fun.
Yes.
And if you have any good spooky stories that you can't explain, send them into send them into myskepticalsister@gmail.com.
You would make so much fun of me for saying www. I mean, you just
I know.
threw that out of there.
Look at me. I'm so sorry.
I mean, you're getting old.
I am.
That's what's happening. I'll just interview you this summer. Okay. Tell me about your ghost.
Hey, bitch. Okay. All right. I think that's my whole spiel. You rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your families, tell anybody you pass, or just go into their phones, steal it, rate us, love us.
There you go. Mach's gut.
Okay. Is that it? Are we good?
Yeah, I think you got something in there.
La 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 la.
Oh, get in here. Get in here. Get in here.
Okay, real quick, just real quick. Oh, but you're so heavy and your breast stinks so bad. But I do love you so much.
This is in bloopers. She is talking about Ellie.
Yeah. Aaron's on my lap.
You're so
It's not very
heavy.
nice. Very nice
You're
thing
so
to say.
heavy. Your breast
stinks,
stinks.
but I do love you, sis. Oh my gosh. What's the video?
She couldn't send the video. It was too big.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention at the very, very end. Just for a little second.
Just got distracted.
A couple seconds. It's fine.
By the lava.
Wow.
Layer up. Think I'm good?
No, but go ahead.
The outside. I was doing so well, but I got a burp. That was
It's a weird burp. It sounded
So-
like a cannonball or
kind
something.
of aggressive. It felt kind of assaulting. I didn't like it coming out.
I don't know that I liked hearing it. So.
Oh man. All right, let's let Ellie walk through again.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Boy, our burps are weird tonight.
That one didn't feel weird to me.
Huh. It tastes a little weird.
Gross.
Sorry. We're gonna have a Taco Bell. What are you gonna do?
Oh
What are you
my
gonna do? Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sorry, it's baseball. We're on the fly.
I
We gotta
know.
eat
All the
junk
time,
food
constantly.
all week long. It's horrible.
Anyway, fair to say, I feel like I put an R in the word anyway.
And nowhere.
And no words.
I'm just picturing you like this old guy with a pipe,
Oh, an old
Like-
guy?
like an old man, like with no teeth. You know, like his lip goes over his pipe and over his upper lip. And the words. And the words.
And the words.
And the words.
And the words. 7. I'll do what I want.
Leave me alone. Let me play my ball.
And the words.
And the words.
And the words.
I swear, I thought you just said your candle smelled like sex in your hand.
That one smells like a sexy man.
Oh, it's. I know. I thought you said.
Oh,
Oh,
my
that smells
gosh.
good. What does it smell like? I swear, I thought you said like sex in my hand.
that's so gross.
Ew.
Oh,
what?
The mental pictures that come with that are
The
so
smells I'm
bad.
imagining.
I don't want that smell permeating my
Oh
house.
my gosh,
Oh.
that is hilariously disgusting. A sexy man. Okay, that's a little better.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, hold on. I gotta clear out my eye. My eye water.
My eye water. Sling blade all of a sudden.
Mustard and biscuits.
Biscuits.
Mache gute. No, hold on. Because I gotta make sure that's how you say it.
Okay. No, hold on.
All the videos, so you've heard it before. The most common way of saying goodbye in Pennsylvania Dutch is mach's goed. Mach's.
Gut. Max.
Oh my lord.